रूप मधुरी राखी प्राण कुवलया शशि रूप मधुरी राशि प्राण कुवलया शशि प्रफुल्लिता देवीशि Dine Prafulita Prafulita Bhakti सुवादर्शनागी गरली जरलोगी Chiradina Tapita Divana Haruka Karodaya Deho Mure Pad Chaya Maharupa Karodaya Deho Mure Pad Chaya Narutamalomi o Sarana no Sarana Narutama Loilo Sarana Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Timorasa Pada 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 Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Timorasa Pada Manjari Pada Timorasa Pada Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्ण। श्रील प्रभुपाद की समवेत भक्त वृंद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं करुणामय्यं ददाति स्वपदम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सह नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आश्रयदेशिकानि। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु गोपेश जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. So I'm very happy and grateful to be here this evening. This is my first time in Richmond, and I am very sorry that you had to come on weekday after long working hours. And I tried to come on weekend, but I could make it. So please forgive me for that. We just sang a very beautiful song, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. This song actually exhibits the moods of our parampara. What is the mood of our parampara? There are many sampradayas. There are many spiritual groups. And the aim of that spiritual groups generally is to realize God, to become attached to the Supreme Personality of God. But our parampara is unique. In our parampara, we worship acharyas more than the Supreme Lord. That is our parampara. So much so that our Supreme Lord also comes as an acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He comes as a devotee. And when devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would visit him in Jagannath Puri, they would not go to Sri Mandir. They would go to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu would ask them, did you go to Sri Mandir? Say no. And Mahaprabhu used to send them. In the same way, Mahaprabhu's successors or the acharyas after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they maintained the same mood of attachment to the parampara. That's how we worship Krishna. We don't worship Krishna directly. Shri Narottam Das Thakur was personally blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the love of God. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the epitome of love of Godhead, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left all his love for Narottam. And where did he keep that love? What was the bank? Padma river. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept his love in that Padma river, there was big flood. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Padma river that my one follower will come, Narottam. At that time you give this love to him. Now Padma river asked a very beautiful question. What did she ask? How will I recognize Narottam? Or the sign or the card, or how do I recognize? How do I give that treasure? The thing you are depositing in my waters. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when Narottam will touch your water, you will experience same flood which you are experiencing now. And Padma river was shocked. You know why? Because after getting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love, the flood was experienced by Padma. But here Narottam, before receiving this love, will have this effect. So after he will get this love, what he will do? He will inundate the whole world with love of Godhead. And that's what Narottam did. Narottam Das Thakur was so much absorbed in Krishna's love that he ran from his house to Vrindavan. But what was his aim? Was he going to Vrindavan to see Krishna? Was he going to go to Vrindavan to have parikrama? Was he going to Vrindavan to Loi Bazaar? What was Narottam's aim? To meet Rupa and Sanatan. That was the aim of Narottam Das Thakur. To see Rupa Goswami, to see Sanatan Goswami. They were the treasure house of Mahaprabhu's mercy. And not only Narottam, whoever, any Gaudiya Vaishnava would go to Vrindavan, and when he would come back to Bengal, all devotees would ask them, how is Rupa and Sanatan doing? They would not ask how is Kusum Sarovar and how is this and how is that. They would ask how is Rupa and Sanatan. This is the beauty of our parampara. And when Narottam Das Thakur reached Vishram Ghat in Mathura, he got the news that Rupa and Sanatan left this world. And his heart broke. He decided to go back. He reached the boundary of Vrindavan, the Vishram Ghat, Mathura. He said, I'll go back. What is the use of going to Vrindavan if there is no Rupa and Sanatan? That is the love of our Acharyas. And then an old Brahmana told him, no, you should go. He got a dream also. Rupa and Sanatan said, you come, Jiva Goswami will take care of you. In the same way, there is another great Acharya in our line, Raghunath Das Goswami. He stayed with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu longest time out of 6 Goswamis. Till Mahaprabhu left this world, he was with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Raghunath Das Goswami, after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, he came to Vrindavan Dham. For what? Associating with Rupa and Sanatan. After Rupa and Sanatan left this world, Raghunath Das Goswami mentioned in one of his writings, he says, after Rupa and Sanatan disappeared, this Govardhan looks like a big snake to me. Radha Kund and Shyam Kund looks like mouth of a big tiger. They're not auspicious for me. What I'll do in this Vrajadham when there is no Rupa and Sanatan? This is the mood of our Parampara. And the same mood came down in the Acharyas we worship. We are followers of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, he simply tried to follow the instruction of his spiritual master. Imagine if there would be no ISKCON. Imagine if Prabhupada would not be successful. Still he would be an Acharya. Why? Because he gave his life for serving his spiritual master. It's not about external success. It's about the dedication he showed to serve his spiritual master. And same was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. At the end of his life, the last thing he heard was this song, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. He was not remembering Radha Krishna. He's remembering the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Goswami as the perfection of life. Therefore, we see in ISKCON, in Mangalarti, what we sing? Guru Vashtakam. We glorify the spiritual master. Darshanarti, what we sing? Guru Puja. And again, worship of the spiritual master. We offer Bhoga, we offer through spiritual master. We offer Arti, we offer through spiritual master. So actually we are worshippers of Acharyas. That is the safest place in our spiritual life, to be servant of the servant of the servant. And the more we are attached to Acharyas, the more you can experience Krishna. Because Krishna is property of his devotees. Krishna is very, very rare. He is only available to those who love his devotees. You know, when Putana came to Brajamandal and Krishna delivered Putana, so there's a natural question, why Krishna gave mercy to Putana? She was Balaghatini, killed so many innocent children, infants. And still Krishna gave him mercy. Why? Our Acharyas described because Brajavasis accepted Putana. When Brajavasis accepted somebody, how can Krishna reject? Vaishnavir Avedan Krishna Dayamay. That is our Parampara's message. So yes, we are International Society for Krishna Consciousness, but under the cover, we are International Society for Prabhupada Consciousness. International Society for Guru Consciousness. That's how our spiritual life grows. And we are very fortunate to see these wonderful examples. We are just discussing upstairs. Seeing Krishna is easy. Duryodhana also saw Krishna. But by seeing Krishna, he developed envy towards Krishna. But seeing a Vaishnava is very, very rare. This world has seen many, many big emperors, big artists, big achievers, scientists, so many. But this earth, having a Vaishnava is most rare thing in this world. Because we can see philosophy in action through Vaishnavas. That's what Srila Prabhupada showed. Srimad Bhagavatam was there 5,000 years. But when Prabhupada preached it, it reached home. Every home Srimad Bhagavatam preached. And people are following the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita was there 5,000 years. But when Srila Prabhupada preached it, It went every town and village. This is a power of a pure devotee. And not only that, Srila Prabhupada created many other pure devotees to deliver this word. This is a sign of an empowered Acharya. He creates many other Acharyas. A tree is recognized by its fruits. Phalena parichayate. So Srila Prabhupada, we have never seen Srila Prabhupada. Maybe some of you, anyone? You saw Srila Prabhupada? Because in America you get so many, senior devotees. They saw Srila Prabhupada. But we have never seen Srila Prabhupada. But we saw Srila Prabhupada's disciples. How many of you really see mango trees, but you eat mangoes? And that is wiser. Because you appreciate mango tree through the mangoes. So in the same way, we appreciate Srila Prabhupada more when we see his disciples. That is the glory of Parampara. Nowadays, people say we are okay with Prabhupada, we don't need anybody else. So unfortunate. They don't have this shelter of Prabhupada disciples. How wonderful examples we have in our Krishna conscious society. So today we are meditating on His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. He was also one of Prabhupada's gems, Prabhupada man, as they would call. And it was a very intimate connection between him and Srila Prabhupada. One time, Srila Prabhupada told him that, it was a personal conversation between Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So Prabhupada told him, when Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to this world, he comes with his intimate associates. In the same way, when an Acharya comes to this world, he comes with his entourage. He comes with his intimate associates. And then what these intimate associates do? They become his personal assistants. So what he was trying to say, that you are my personal assistant. And it was so natural, when Guru Maharaj joined ISKCON and he came to Mayapur, devotees just asked him, why don't you stay back? And same day he shaved his head, he gave up his clothes, and he thought that maybe 2 months, let me try. In 2 months my hair will again grow, and then I can leave if I don't like. But then he stayed. Guru Maharaj writes in Ocean of Mercy that 2 months turned into 40 years. Because there was an eternal connection. After 3 months, he got first and second initiation, became Prabhupada's secretary, his secretary for Indian affairs, his corresponding secretary, his cook, his personal servant, everything. Devi Shakti Mataji in Vrindavan? She was mentioning that before Prabhupada used to have 3 people. One is servant, secretary, and cook. And then she heard there is one devotee who can do everything for Srila Prabhupada. And who was that? Guru Maharaj. Everything. And then Prabhupada considered to give him sannyas. So there were objections. Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what if he falls down? Prabhupada replied, if he falls down, first of all, Prabhupada said to that sannyasi, he was a big sannyasi. Prabhupada said, he's more qualified now, he's more qualified when he was born than you are now. That's what Prabhupada said. And then Prabhupada said, even if he falls down, he will fall down to the mode of goodness. That's what was Prabhupada's vision for him. And Prabhupada did give him sannyas. But beauty of his attachment to Srila Prabhupada was the day he got sannyas, he was into anxiety that I have to cook for Srila Prabhupada. Suppose we are getting initiated, do we really think about service that day? Which sari I will wear? What color dhoti I will wear? Who will take my picture? These are our anxieties. Imagine he is getting sannyas in ISKCON. That too in 3 months, it was a record. And he was thinking, I have to cook for Srila Prabhupada. So he was so much into anxiety. In Yajna, he was in anxiety. Then he went to Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada gave him name and everything. Went to the kitchen, straight started to cook. Straight, he took danda, went into the kitchen. And after he cooked, he served to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada's starting to take prasad. Prabhupada asked him, "So, did you like your name?" He forgot his name. He was into service of Srila Prabhupada. He said, "Yes, Prabhupada, Bhakti Ruchi Swami." Prabhupada said, "Yes, that's a nice name, but your name is Bhakti Charu Swami." And then when he came out, there was some senior devotees sitting and they were having discussion. They said, "Did you notice? First time Srila Prabhupada used the name Bhakti. Before that, he never gave this name to any of his sannyasis. First time. Now there are so many Bhaktis. All sannyasis start named with Bhakti. But there is the first time, and that's the last time actually. Prabhupada gave the name Bhakti Charu Swami. And then when Srila Prabhupada left this world, he was completely heartbroken. Completely heartbroken. See, when we come to ISKCON, we develop relationship with devotees, and then we start coming to programs and we read books, and then we come across a spiritual master, right? But in Guru Maharaj's case, he read Srila Prabhupada's book, Nectar of Devotion, straight went to temple, and he was only attached to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada picked him up to serve him. And for almost 10 months, he was with Srila Prabhupada all the time. So for him, ISKCON means Srila Prabhupada. His life was around Srila Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada left this world, his life became empty. What he will do? There's no temple service for him. There is no temple for him actually, because he was traveling with Srila Prabhupada. So his life was completely vacant. But he carried the legacy of Srila Prabhupada's love. Prabhupada loved him unconditionally. He loved him like his child. One time, I think Srila Prabhupada got a dream that a Ramanuja Kaviraj cured him. Prabhupada got the dream? Yes? Notion of mercy, if I am not mistaken, Prabhupada got this dream that a Ramanuja Kaviraj cured him. So there was arrangement that Tamal Krishna Maharaj told that you go to South India, he told to Guru Maharaj, you go to South India and get a Ramanuja Kaviraj, a Vaidya, Ayurvedic doctor to cure Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada came to know, Prabhupada said, no, he will not go. I need him next to me all the time. Send somebody else. He loved him like his child. Even when Prabhupada left his body, I've not heard this from Guru Maharaj, but Jananivas Prabhu told this. Jananivas Prabhu told that Guru Maharaj went out for a second with Jayapataka Maharaj and Bhavananda Maharaj, just for a second discussing something. And that moment Prabhupada left his body. So, devotees who are having this question, especially when Mataji in Mayapur, Janivas Prabhu told that, she was having this question. Why did Prabhupada do that? His personal servants went away and that time he left. Why is that? Then Prabhupada came in dream of this Mataji. And Prabhupada told, my personal servants love me so much. How can I leave in front of them? So as soon as he went away, I left my body. That was the love Srila Prabhupada had for Guru Maharaj. And that love he extended to the devotees. See, this is Krishna consciousness. The way we mold ourselves in the beginning years of Krishna consciousness, we carry the same mood forward. And he received that love in the beginning years of Krishna consciousness. He continued giving that love. And for today's theme, Divinam Prabhu gave me is love and compassion, love, care, and compassion. That is our movement all about. There is no place for arrogance in Krishna consciousness. Our movement is movement of love. So when we came across Guru Maharaj, it was all about his love for devotees. 2 years back, I went to Radhanath Maharaj's Vyas Puja at Govardhan Eco village. I was sitting hearing offerings, and one devotee came, sat next to me, and he said, "Do you remember me?" I looked at him. I said, "Sorry, Prabhu." He said, "You don't remember? One time you were traveling with your Guru Maharaj in flight, and you both were in business class, and I was boarding the plane. So business class passengers sit first, and then the economy comes. So I was boarding the plane, and Maharaj didn't know me before. He stopped me and asked, "Who are you? From which temple you are?" So he was Brij Mohan Prabhu, if you know, from Chowpatty. So he asked, "Oh, you're from Chowpatty? Brij Mohan Prabhu? Okay. Let me arrange something for you." He said, "No, no, Maharaj, I have seat. I have everything arranged." "No, no, no, no." Guru Maharaj called the air hostess, told, "Do you have extra seat in business class?" He said, "Yes." "How much I have to pay?" He took his purse, he paid, and then he made him sit next to him. So what Brij Mohan Prabhu told me, he said, from the time we came in ISKCON, we heard so much about devotee care and ISKCON is a family and this and that. But that day, Maharaj made me realize that I am the part of family. That is a feeling of care that he carried. One time in Mayapur, we were serving Guru Maharaj, and one devotee came and he asked, "Maharaj, my one god brother is going through a surgery. So can you help?" Now, generally, you donate to sannyasis, right? You don't ask donations from sannyasis. So I was feeling a little odd, this, and I was very new that time traveling with Guru Maharaj. So asking Lakshmi. So Guru Maharaj said, "Yes, yes." So he told me there is a drawer. If you go to Guru Maharaj Mayapur quarters, there is a drawer in his thing. He said, "Check how much money you have." And then I pulled out the drawer, counted everything. He said, "Give everything to him." So I gave. Then these devotees left. And then Guru Maharaj told, they're disciples of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. And if their spiritual master is not there, it's my responsibility to take care of them. This is family. Another time in South Africa, we were having a retreat. Guru Maharaj in later years, he would do retreats. He'd call everybody in one place and then 4 or 5 days, sometimes 7 days, lectures and nice prasad and devotees coming together, no working. Like I think you are having a nice retreat this weekend, going out. So something like that. So we were having in South Africa in Drakensberg. Many devotees came. So one Mataji from China, she wrote to Guru Maharaj that I want to come. And Guru Maharaj was a person, if you write to him, then he will make all the arrangements. He'll book the ticket, he'll arrange somebody to pick you up, he'll arrange as if you're the president of America. All wonderful facilities he will arrange. So he arranged for that Mataji. And now the retreat started. So Guru Maharaj made a point in that lecture that something he was mentioning about Varnashram, and he mentioned that wife is the property of husband. He wanted to make a point about Vedic lifestyle. This Mataji stood up right in the middle of class and she challenged, "How can you speak like that? Is wife a furniture? Is a woman, she was, how can you say is a property? How can you use that word?" And Guru Maharaj was very patient. He was trying to answer her and then back and forth. And my blood was boiling. Why? How come somebody can talk to Guru Maharaj like that? In middle of the class. So this thing was inside me. And so evening Guru Maharaj was taking dinner. We were serving him. So I asked, "Guru Maharaj, that Mataji," and I could only speak this much. I didn't finish my question also. And then Guru Maharaj said, she's disciple of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And he left. And you don't understand what a devotee goes through when a spiritual master leaves this world. She just needs love. That is care. We can give a nice seminar and PPT on devotee care, and but it has to come in our dealings. How we care each other. Very important. In D-Land, when we shifted, so we had one truck. Actually, we bought a truck. So this truck was a second-hand truck, white color. And Guru Maharaj went to the shop himself and he was talking to the person and he quoted a price. Guru Maharaj started to bargain. And then the local devotee who took us there, he was saying, "Maharaj, this is not India. You don't bargain here." He says, "No, let me try." And then Guru Maharaj bargained, the person reduced the price by $2,000 something. So anyway, we took the truck. We set the deal, and then Guru Maharaj invited him that you come to the farm and we do paperwork there. So this person came. Now, when this person came to the farm, we are doing the paperwork. Then he asked, "Okay, on whose name you want this truck to be?" So Guru Maharaj said that there was one Mataji who was serving at farm that time. He said, you put this truck on her name. So then this person said, no, we can't do that. She's your employee. Tomorrow she fights with you and goes away with truck. What you will do? The Maharaj says, she's not employee. She's my daughter. And that made that Mataji so touched that she dedicated her life fully to the project. That is care. Each devotee is important. Each one. When I was very new in serving Guru Maharaj, we went to Mayapur. Just maybe 2 months I was traveling with him. And there was Kirtan Mela Adivas. So in that Adivas ceremony, they arranged that every devotee would be garlanded and some chandan will be put on their head by senior devotees. That's how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would do to his devotees. So there are many senior devotees. His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, then Bhakti Nityananda Maharaj. So many sannyasis were there. Guru Maharaj was there. And they were given some garlands and chandan and they were putting in devotees. So I was expecting that, I am traveling with Guru Maharaj, so naturally I'll get a garland. I was expecting that. Huh? So Guru Maharaj came, he gave garland to the person left to me, right back, and he avoided me. And then I was consoling myself, Krishna Kishore, you're anyway with Guru Maharaj, don't worry. I was consoling myself, okay, you anyway get so many garlands, don't worry. And everybody's wearing garland, I am sitting like this. So that video is there. So anyway, so Guru Maharaj sat and everything happened. So after the program, Guru Maharaj is walking to his quarters. And if you have seen Radha Madhav's altar, behind altar there are stairs. And Guru Maharaj would walk from there in the top roof of Radha Madhav's temple, and then he would go to his quarters in Conch building. So when we reached to the roof, it was very dark. So I switched on my flashlight to show, if there is something in the way. So I was showing the flashlight, and that time Guru Maharaj turned and he said, "Oh, I didn't give you garland," and then he gave his garland to me. So that is the care. Each devotee should feel value. Each one. Each one. Remember when Ramesha Gaurang Prabhu and Meenakshi Mata were getting initiated? They got initiated in Mayapur. And Guruma is giving a lecture in Bengali. He is making sure that somebody translates for them because they don't understand Bengali. Each devotee is valuable. That is our parampara. This afternoon, we had discussion about Brahman initiation. Naveen Radha Mataji. She has a nice story to share. So by that, I remembered another Brahman initiation. So what happened one time, we were in Kanpur and Guru Maharaj was in midterm GBC meetings. And GBC meetings can become very, very hectic. Nobody talks good things. There are so many issues. And Guru Maharaj was chairman, I guess, or next year, something, but it's very hectic. And Devkinandan Prabhu requested Guru Maharaj to give initiations. So Guru Maharaj said, it's very hectic, I'll give in Ujjain. He said, no, Maharaj, it's our temple, our devotees, you should give here. They said, okay. So in between the meetings, he squeezed in this initiation ceremony. Very hectic. So morning he gave first initiation, then he didn't eat anything, yajna happened, and then he called devotees for Brahman initiation in his room. Now Brahman initiation for some reason was always hectic because Guru Maharaj would become super upset. For some reason, every time, I have so many stories of Brahman initiation. But this one was special, because Guru Maharaj was giving mantra and there was one candidate from Bangladesh. Now this devotee was only, he was only knowing Bengali, no Hindi, no English. And I was around, so I was not able to communicate with him properly because Bengali, I don't know Bengali much. So difficulty in communicating. His turn came, Guru Maharaj gave him the thread, and Guru Maharaj gave him the paper to read the mantra, and he can't read. Now there was issue. Guru Maharaj became very, very upset. You can't read? You want to become Brahmana? Should I call you illiterate Brahmana? Became very upset, very upset. Then Guru Maharaj said, okay, tell me first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the most complicated one. He could not tell. And Guru Maharaj said, okay, tell me Mangalacharan. He could not tell. Because so scared, Guru Maharaj was upset. And when he would be upset, the whole room would shake. It's not like, he was very, very upset. Devotees tell us, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, very soft, very nice. He said, yes, you have not gone enough close. Soft as rose, hard as thunder. It's a Vaishnava. Kusmadapi komalam, vajradapi katuram. That's like a Vaishnava. So when he become, heavy, he would really become guru, heavy. So he said, no, I'm not giving initiation. And he took off thread back. Guru said, I'm not giving you initiation. Then with meeting time, Guru Maharaj didn't eat. He went to the meeting. And generally when he would go to the meeting, that was the time we would get some relax. Because we know 2-3 hours we will be in the meeting, so we can go around, chant and do this and that. So I locked his room. He went to the meeting. I went away. So after 10-15 minutes, I get a call. I said, where are you? I'm standing on the door. The room is locked. And already he was upset. I said, now I'll get chastisement. So I ran, I came, I opened the room. He sat on sofa and he said, call that devotee. Now, how to search? He doesn't have any local number and Kanpur temple is big. So I was searching in the dormitories, in ashram, everywhere. I can't find him. It was late morning or noon. I went in the temple room. He was standing in front of Radha Madhav. So I pulled him. I said, Guru Maharaj is calling you. He said, Guru Maharaj? No, I'm not going to Guru Maharaj. I'll again get chastised. I said, he's calling for Diksha. Diksha? No Diksha. He is Bengali. I am not able to express myself. He's not understanding. He thought Guru Maharaj again chastised him. I had to practically drag him. And then I dragged him and I pushed him inside, and then Guru Maharaj is smiling. Guru Maharaj said, I'll give you initiation, but promise me that you'll complete Bhakti Shastri. I was not feeling good that I chastised you, took off the thread, and I was not able to concentrate in meeting. So I came back. So he left GBC meetings for one devotee. That was his care for each devotee. That's how he loved his devotee. This afternoon, we also had discussion about folk, So I had a story with folk. So I'm just connecting. So this is in Mayapur, and a story of my foolishness, but you can learn from it. This was in Mayapur, big initiation program. And initiations means it was hectic because you have to make list, you have to get all documents done, and there were 300 candidates, and Guru Maharaj had to select the names. It was very hectic. And then Guru Maharaj is giving seminars also, people coming to meet him. So I was getting little fried, getting little tired also. Things were piling up. So that before that initiation ceremony, Guru Maharaj started to give certificates during initiation. So the certificates spoke about following 482 principles, chanting 16 rounds, and then Guru Maharaj expected everyone to put in their room so that you remember that you taken their vows. So that's how the certificates. So we printed them. They were in Ujjain. And before leaving Ujjain, Guru Maharaj told that, see, we have 300 candidates in Mayapur. Take 300 sets of certificates. There were two, one for 4x and 16 rounds and never leave ISKCON, and another one with 10 name offenses. So I told one devotee who was also traveling with us that take 300 sets of certificates. Now he took 300 certificates. That means 150 sets. Now we reached Mayapur, one day before initiation. Guru Maharaj selecting names, and he was very particular about selecting names. He personally selected these names, gave so much time to change, to modify. He would really do whatever he did, he would do with whole his heart. I've seen each mala he would chant for candidates, initiation, he would pick it up. First, he would touch to his forehead, chant Panchatattva mantra, chant full round, again chant Panchatattva mantra, touch to his head, then keep. So he did with whole heart for each candidate. So it was very late, 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. Guru Maharaj told, now we should write names because he selected the names on the certificates. So you get who can write nice Bengali writing. Now 10:30 in Mayapur is like midnight. You can't find anybody. So I went down, I was searching, who can write Bengali, I caught like 5-10 people, got them in Guru Maharaj's room. Then Guru Maharaj taking audition, you know. Okay, show me how you can write. You know how he was. Everything perfect. Everything perfect. We would serve him salad, and then, you have to cut avocados for it. And then he asked me one day, how did you cut this avocado? I said, Guru Maharaj, I peeled it. No, how did you exactly cut? Tell me. I can't tell. Then he said, when you cut avocado, first you peel it. First you cut it vertically, round. Then you take the cover out. Then you take the seed out. And then 3 times vertically, 4 times horizontally. That's how you have to cut. And that will make perfect cubes. That was Guru Maharaj. Very, very particular. Whatever he did, very, very specific. He would ask all the cooks, how much salt you have put? And then you have to tell right answer, otherwise you'll get sauce. In 1 kg, 1 teaspoon. That's what you have to tell. One time he was taking Rajbhog at Ujjain. He was tasting everything. He would taste Rajbhog, how Lord is being served. So he took sweet rice. And then he said, who cooked it? And the way he will tell, you can't make out he's happy or upset. Who cooked it? So then we called head pujari. He said somebody else. So we called that devotee. That devotee comes in. Guru Maharaj, make sure, double check. You cooked this? He said, yes, Guru Maharaj. Said, when you were cooking this, you put the pan, lit on the fire, and then you poured the milk. But you should have first put the milk and then lit on the fire. He said, yes, Guru Maharaj. And yes, I can taste this. I can make out. So perfect, whatever he did. During the lockdown, one sannyasi came to meet Guru Maharaj and just telling how perfectionist he was. And the thing with those who are perfectionists, those who are around them, they get really burned, because you have to do everything perfect. So one time when sannyasi came to meet him as an outside sannyasi, another organization. So he asked, Maharaj, can I have your email address or phone number, something? Guru Maharaj said, okay, you write it down and give. So I went to my room. So I was serving them before, so my hands were wet. So I took a piece of paper and this part of paper became little wet. So I wrote Guru Maharaj's number and things. And then I said, this much, let me fold. So I fold it in a way so that this part doesn't look, and then perfect. Okay. No more wet. And then I went and gave in hand of that sannyasi. When I gave in his hand, I thought I'm okay, I'm successful. Guru Maharaj said, show me. And then he opened and he said, why this is wet? Very perfect. Everything. You can't do anything. Like speaking about garland. Yeah. So when we would offer garland to Guru Maharaj, you would look at first Prabhupada. How is Prabhupada's garland? Is that more opulent than me or less opulent than me? If my garland is more opulent, offer this garland to Srila Prabhupada. Not I should not have more opulence than Srila Prabhupada. Vyasasan, it should be lower than Srila Prabhupada. So some programs he would not sit. He said, first raise Srila Prabhupada's Vyasasan, then I'll sit. Very particular. So this time he was taking audition for all this Bengali handwriting. So he selected a couple of devotees. Okay, they are passed in audition. They will write the names. And then it was, in doing all this, already 11:30. I said, okay, so you all write names. I am going to take rest. Guru Maharaj went to take rest. Now these devotees distributed among themselves, because they have to write names. And then they tell me, Prabhu, they are not sufficient. There are only 150 sets. Then I asked this devotee who traveled with us, I told you 300 sets. You said 300 certificates. I said, gone. Now in Mayapur at 11:30, you can't get a simple printout. Forget about getting a hard paper print certificates. Not possible. So I thought, now I'll get big chastisement. So what to do? I said, okay, Guru Maharaj wakes up early in the morning anyway. So I'll go to Guru Maharaj, admit my mistake beforehand, and then Guru Maharaj will understand it. So I planned that way. But that night, Guru Maharaj woke up real early, maybe 12 or 1, completed his rounds. Before Mangalarti, again went to take rest. And when I got up, Guru Maharaj already resting. He got up, he chanted, he took bath, everything, completed his rounds, everything, went to take rest. I could not tell Guru Maharaj. It was then after Mangalarti, already 6 o'clock. Devotees were calling from Namatta Bhavan that candidates need to sit, you need to bring the list, you have to. Okay, then I rushed there. I thought, what to do? I have to go there. So I'm making candidates sit, and then Guru Maharaj calls me. Now, what happened in the meantime? Guru Maharaj got up, and this devotee who missed bringing the certificates, he became very honest all of a sudden. He went to Guru Maharaj and told, Guru Maharaj, there are not enough certificates. And now Guru Maharaj is so angry. Guru Maharaj called and said, Krishna Kishore, what happened? What happened with certificates? I said, Guru Maharaj, I was going to tell. When you were going to tell? I said, Guru Maharaj, certificates enough. Now I am not coming for initiation. Said Guru Maharaj, all candidates are sitting. He said, you give initiation. I am not giving. I am not coming. You are laughing, but my situation. So heavy, so heavy. So I was there sitting outside now because I can't go inside. What to tell candidates? And I can't go to Guru Maharaj. So I was sitting on the door, on the entrance of Namatta Bhavan. Then Guru Maharaj comes after some time. He comes in a car. I opened the door. He didn't look at me. He straight walked inside. He sat on Vyasas and started giving lecture. Then the beats thing came. So he was giving the beats. And generally I would sit there and I would hand over one beats to him. So he would turn. Sometimes he would ask how many candidates, how many more are remaining. This time he didn't look at me. He's taking beats like this. He was giving. I thought, I'm gone. This is the last day of my service. It's over. So anyway, the thing came when he wanted to distribute the certificates. And then Guru Maharaj said, we wanted to give all of you certificates, but there was some issue. At that time, with lot of courage, I got up and I told Guru Maharaj in his ears, Guru Maharaj, we have made some arrangement. What arrangement? He said, Guru Maharaj, we have 300 certificates. Half this one, half that one. So each candidate will get one certificate from your hand. And then we call devotees in Calcutta, they are bringing another set. So by the time Yajna will be over, they will get another certificate. So at least one they will get from your hand. Very happy. Very happy. Yes, very intelligent. Then he started appreciating. I said, okay. We gave the certificates. Okay. Then he told, we will leave after 1 hour. That's what he said. Sometime. Okay. So after initiation, all candidates gathered in his darshan hall. How many of you saw his Mayapur quarters? Some of you. You see the darshan hall? It was full. And then Guru Maharaj said, I leave after 1 hour means the car had to start at that time which he gives. It's not that you start loading things that time and then, no, everything has to be done before. So how do I pack? I'll again get chastised when morning was anyway heavy. So I jumped through the balcony from secretary room to Guru Maharaj's room and went inside, packed his things, then got the bags from balcony itself, went out, put everything in the car, everything is ready. Guru Maharaj meeting the candidates, the newly initiated devotees. Met, finished, he got up, he said, ready? Yes. He never asked how do we put your luggage and everything. Anyway, he said, let's go. He went down. Now there is another Prabhupada disciple, Udayananda Prabhu, who was also traveling with us. He also lives in US. So went down, Guru Maharaj, about to sit in the car, Udayananda Prabhu tells me, Krishna Kishore, I forgot my bag upstairs. Can you get it? And I know Guru Maharaj will be super upset. He cannot wait even for 1 second. He says, I hate to keep people waiting and I hate more to be kept waiting. So he was very upset. He could become very upset. I was knowing that. So Udayanand Prabhu told, can you bring? I can't say no to him. Guru Maharaj got brother. I rushed up. And here Guru Maharaj said, where is Krishna Krishna? He always does like this. Always late. I'm never late, but he's always late. And he was chastising like that. And then I came down, he was very heavy. Where were you? I asked you, I want to leave and this and that. I was looking at Udayanand Prabhu and said, no, don't mention my name. He said, Godmother, don't mention my name. So I was getting chastised. Then Guru Maharaj sat in the car, I was sitting behind. Udayanand Prabhu was next to me. And all the way from Mayapur till Calcutta, I got chastised. People tell they got chastised. I got chastised for 4 hours, non-stop. Everything what I did wrong in all these years, he remembered all of it. And you did this and you did that and this and that. And then I was making notes. what I have to do. And then I decided that, I can't do it because, I am displeasing him. Anyway, we reached Calcutta. Devotees prepared Chinese. Guru Maharaj liked Chinese. They served him Chinese. And when they served him Chinese, they served it with spoon. Guru Maharaj looks at the spoon and said, how do I eat Chinese with spoon? Where is the fork? That's how I remember the first time. And instead of chastising them, he calls me and he chastises me. Where is my fork? You are traveling with me, you can't carry my cutlery. Where is my cutlery? And I was completely overflowed. Because so much, I was in Maya maybe. So I offered obeisances to Guru Maharaj, that spot, and I went down. And I went in the parking lot. There were darkness, standing there crying. And I could see devotees coming down, searching for me. I could see they are going down, but because I was standing in darkness, they couldn't see me. So I was seeing one devotee, Anand Mohan Prabhu comes, then Acharya Ratna Prabhu comes, Vallabh Chaitanya Prabhu, so many of them. They were searching me, and I was and Guru Maharaj is calling on my phone 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, so many times. I'm not able to answer his call because I was so much emotional at that moment. So finally, after some time, I went up. And Guru Maharaj is walking up and down. And then when I went in, he said, where were you? Where did you go? And then I broke down. And Guru Maharaj took me. He sat on a sofa, made me sit next to him, put his arm around me. I said, don't worry. I know it is not easy to travel with me. It's very heavy. And I'm into stress, and that stress comes on you also. It's not very easy to cope up with my speed. He was consoling like a child. Don't worry, don't worry. And then I couldn't speak anything. Then Guru Maharaj told that you should take prasad. I said, no, Guru Maharaj. He said, no, you have to take prasad. Then he served prasad. And I took prasad. And said, now take rest. Don't take it easy. You take rest. So this was around 9 o'clock. And then 1 o'clock we had to leave in night. So my rest was only 4 hours. So 1 o'clock in night, I got up, we packed, we went to the airport. We are going to Amritsar. So Calcutta airport was very, very crowded that day. And you have to scan the bags before you check in India. So I was in the line of scanning the bags, a big queue. And we were like 10 devotees traveling together. So Guru Maharaj generally at this times, he would sit with devotees and one or two of us would scan and do everything, and then Guru Maharaj would come. But this time, he left all devotees and he came in the queue where I was taking the card. And then he was actually pushing the cart. So I said, Guru Maharaj, you can be with devotees, I'll do this. He said, no, I'm taking your association. I said, Guru Maharaj, sorry. Then he asked me, now tell me what happened yesterday. He didn't ask me last evening. He said, now tell me what happened yesterday. So I told Guru Maharaj, I'm not able to serve you. So many things are piling up. You give me so many services, but I'm not able to manage. Struggling with that, and I'm displeasing you every moment. And then Guru Maharaj said, you see, I cannot deal with 50 people. So I'm dealing with you. But you can engage 50 devotees. That's how you serve. It's not that I am giving you service, you have to do everything yourself. That is delegation. So you engage 50 devotees, you give them service, and that's how you get it done. I said, okay. Then we reached Amritsar. Whole day Guru Maharaj didn't ring his bell. Whole day was silent. So in afternoon, I hear Guru Maharaj going down with his jar of water. Then I rushed and I asked, Guru Maharaj, you need water? He said, yeah. I said, I can bring Guru Maharaj. You didn't bring bell? Didn't ring a bell? He said, no, I want you to take rest. And that time I told Guru Maharaj, when you chastise us, we feel nice. But when you don't give us service, what is our hope? So that's how this whole thing, although I was so foolish, I went away and this and that, but he was tolerating, seeing that I need to give this boy shelter. Actually, he went in Australia once, and one devotee asked, Guru Maharaj, nobody's traveling with you, you are alone, you need an assistant. Guru Maharaj said, I keep assistants not because I need them, I keep them because they need me. So that is his compassion. So anyway, there are a lot of stories like this of care, of compassion. He tolerated my mistakes and unlimited love he gave. But I want to end with one very instructive pastime that he gave. He gave that instruction, one of the last instructions I got. So it was in Ujjain and lockdown time, and my parents were very worried. Because during the lockdown first wave, there were news like, families cannot meet once you get and you'll die and you'll not see each other. It was big thing. So my parents were very afraid. They felt that they will get corona and they will not never see me. So they were pushing that I come visit them. But going and visiting them means I'll be quarantined for 2 weeks. I can't serve Guru Maharaj after going out of temple. So I was delaying. I was saying, Guru Maharaj is planning to go to US. I'll come later. That's how I was delaying. But they were very, very adamant. So one day my father sent a car. So my hometown is 200 kilometers from Ujjain. So he sent a car standing in front of the temple. Now that those days there were no cars on street. So he got a special permit and everything. The car was there. So Guru Maharaj sees the car from his office and he asks, whose car is this? The devotees told that Krishna Kishore's father sent his car and things. Okay. And Guru Maharaj called me and I went. Guru Maharaj was working on his desk. He stood up. He said, oh, your father sent you a car? I said, yes, Guru Maharaj, he wants me to visit him. He said, you should go. But after 2 weeks, if you don't come back, I'll send my car to pick you up. I said, okay. So I was taking his blessings. Then he embraced me. Actually, I was with him, so I hardly got his embrace. Because Guru Maharaj would go to devotees' house, he would embrace them. He would depart, he would embrace them. But I was always with his luggage. There was no need for me to get that embrace. But this time he embraced me. And he said, Prabhupada told me, offer this life to Krishna. And I am also telling you, offer this life to Krishna. And if you do this, you will see Srila Prabhupada at the end of your life. And there was another devotee, Abhay Prabhu is from our temple. He told Guru Maharaj, but we see Prabhupada through you. He said, no. Serving me so closely, you must have seen many faults in me. I may have so many faults, but Prabhupada has no faults. So if you follow this process sincerely, you give your life to Krishna, you will see Prabhupada at the end of your life. That was his last instruction. That was his expectation actually. So although he left this world, but he set a benchmark of what a true disciple is. We're just discussing in car that the way he left this world is very, very exemplary. And I want to focus this because many times we may feel that, he left in hospital alone, this and that. For pure devotee, these things are not important. And Ramanujacharya asked Varadaraj through Kanchi Purna that what if your devotee leaves in disease or in coma, what will happen? Varadaraj said, he don't need to remember me. I remember him. He so surrendered to me. That was Guru Maharaj. And you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked, who is a devotee? What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replies? One who chants Krishna's name once, he is a devotee. He says, who is better devotee? One who chants Krishna's name all the time is a better devotee. Who is the best devotee? One who makes others chant is the best devotee. And through his leaving this world, the pastime of his departure, for 18 days, he binded the whole world in one thread of Krishna consciousness. Have you ever seen this type of prayers for anybody in history? No one. Because everyone was at home. Nobody was working. Whole focus was on him. Everyone praying together, chanting together. This was his trick to make us all united in service of Srila Prabhupada. And one Mataji in Malaysia, she went to an astrologer, a Muslim astrologer, when Guru Maharaj was in hospital. And he asked that astrologer that, my father, she told my father is sick. And can you tell what will happen to him? What is his condition now? I'm far from him. So that astrologer calculated something and he said, you're lying to me. He's not your father. He is your guru. And your name is not this. Your Diksha name is this. And your guru's name is this. And he's a very divine personality. And he's just waiting for the right day to go back to his master. That's what he said. And on the day of Guru Purnima, the day of disappearance day of Sanatana Goswami, he left this world, teaching us that how one should dedicate his life to Guru's mission, regardless of whatever may be the external situation. See, Prabhupada wanted to preach in his last days. He told his devotees, a soldier, a warrior doesn't die on bed. He leaves his body in the battlefield. And Guru Maharaj was right there when Prabhupada was telling this. See, God, he absorbed that mode and he displayed that. That he left his body not in Vrindavan, not at Radhakund, fighting for Srila Prabhupada. That is an example for us. So we have to dedicate our life to Srila Prabhupada's mission, taking that example. Not that we plan our retirements, sitting in one corner, chanting 64 rounds. That is good. But better than that is giving our life for Guru's pleasure, giving our life for Srila Prabhupada's pleasure. So we are very grateful to have such examples, very proud of our parampara, very grateful to be part of this parampara. And now we have to carry on this mode forward. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhakti Saraswami Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I don't know what is the time, how over time I went. What is the time now? 8:55. Sorry. So please forgive me for taking a lot of your time. Anyone want to share something? Yes.
Me, the pastimes of Maharaj actually. I have the same example actually. Before I become a devotee, fortunately I met Maharaj and I never felt this kind of love from anyone. I wanted to visit Mayapur on Janmashtami day. I've been trying everywhere to get a room or all these things, etc., etc. I couldn't get success. There is not even a single room, no matter how much you pay. And fortunately, I have Maharaj's email. Before he leaves, he left his email with me. Srinivas, anytime you come and see me, we will meet in Mayapur. At that time, I don't know the rules and regulations of Maharaj and all these things. I'm very friendly with Maharaj, keep thoughts nice. So we exchange like a friends exchange the emails kind of. So I used to write Maharaj, So he said, okay, I will meet you in Mayapur, come and see me in Mayapur. So I wrote Maharaj, unfortunately, I couldn't get my room or anything. He said, don't worry about rooms, I will arrange everything for you. Book your tickets to India. Then immediately we book our tickets to India. And Maharaj arranged everything, as you said. Everything. That means all I have to is land in Calcutta, and that's the rest of the people. Car is there, waiting is there, room is there. And, before I land there, Maharaj again called me, actually. Sorry, Srinivas, I couldn't meet you. And I'm leaving to South Africa. Bhakti Swami to this one. And I will see you next time when I come and see you. So Maharaj left, and I thought of, oh, if Maharaj is not there, what is my position? I don't know anyone, right? So I went there in the station. I got down with a lot of my parents, our parents, everyone. So there is a Prabhuji already waiting. For Prabhuji, Bhakti Swami has sent me, and we went there at 4:30, Mangala Aarti time. And guess what? Nobody is allowed to enter into that street, actually. The street was blocked, actually. They said, no, these are Bhakti Swami's guests, actually. So they let us in the side door, and they take it to, so the room that Maharaj has given is his room. That is Maharaj's room, actually. So he gave that room to Bhakti Swami, and Radha Govind Maharaj and Bhakti Swami. It's a big one. They gave it to us. And so, that is, and after that, Maharaj called me. So, how is your trip and everything? And so now I told him, we are also planning Puri. And then Maharaj called another devotee in Puri. And, we arranged another devotee. And we are supposed to land in Puri at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. But we landed there at 2 a.m. That Prabhuji is waiting in the station from 11 to 2 a.m. and he took us all in car to the guest house. And this is also the same Janmashtami time, right? So everything is busy food. The Prabhuji has taken care of everything. And for the first time, I was in fever, high fever, and everything. We went there, and that Prabhuji take us. The temple is very, very busy and it's difficult. The head pujari, Krupa Sindhu Prabhu, I still remember his name. He came to me, and everyone told that he needs money to get to food. I don't have any money, so all my money exhausted in my. So that Prabhuji came, the devotee who came with, he is my brother only, I will take care of you. Come. This Prabhuji left. We went there. That Prabhuji took us and he showed everything. And for the first time, we received Jagannath Puris. He offered the prasadam in pots. He brought the prasadam as it is from the pots. There itself. It is not transferred. He offered prasadam to Jagannath. The same prasadam was given to us. He himself got it with prasadam, and he got the banana leaves. He take us to the temple right beside. He sat with us. He served us. And he, at the end, he asked, sorry, I couldn't have money to give it to you. He said, with broken English, are you happy? Yes, I am very happy. Yeah, he is my brother. If my brother brought me, I'm fine. And he took us to the where they cook prasadam, and he said, "Do you want to have a look of Jagannath one more time?" I said, "Yes." He went one more time. This is all because of Maharaj. I'm truly, bottom of my heart, Maharaj is so merciful. Every quality you said, I can imagine, especially our heart. One time, myself and Maharaj is sitting in the dining table, our dining table. What you said is true. Maharaj cut right in front of me. One of his assistant came to cut it in front of me. Maharaj and myself is sitting side by side. And Maharaj has bread toasted and he wants to take the avocados and just do it. But he's trying to cut it. He cut one. Then Maharaj said, that is not the way to cut it. Give him the knife. So he took the knife and he showed, hey, Srinivas, this is how you need to cut. And so then that's exactly what you said. One cut, turn it, second cut, and then peel it off and then open it. So yeah, Maharaj is very particular and fortunately, every quality you said is literally I have seen it. And also one time Maharaj shows so much mercy. I don't know whether I'm qualified or not. One time I was working in DC, I heard Maharaj came to the DC temple and giving a class. So while working, I dropped in the temple. By the time Maharaj finished his class, and I'm very far in the line, and I'm just in jeans, t-shirt, everything, and kind of just watching, Maharaj is going like this. Everyone is, so many people are with Maharaj, and I'm just standing like this, kind of. Maharaj came right in front of me and gave a big hug. Everyone was surprised, like, who is this jeans guy? Myself didn't imagine that Maharaj suddenly hugs me. Because I was just, kind of. So you are absolutely true. Maharaj, gives the love like anything. There is no discrimination for Maharaj, right now. And anytime, bottom of my heart, I feel very, very much connected to him. Thank you, Prabhu. One more time, bring up my all, experience with Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. I know you already took prasad. And it's time to go. So, Vinamru, you want to? Prabhupada ki jai.
Swami Maharaj ki jai. Guru Prabhupada ki jai. So it's hard to express in the words how we're feeling. It was truly, truly very, very deep, very inspiring, very touching. And we are very, very grateful that all these wonderful pastimes are coming from your heart, not just sitting here, but it's coming from your heart. And we could really, really appreciate so many details about what Vaishnav interaction means and what really love and care means. You know, we um, get to experience this in your talk, in just 1 hour talk, that how small little details Maharaj was very, very particular about. So we can't thank you enough for giving us in this what you gave in 1 hour. So also, dear devotees, we have now, let's see who is the lucky one, because we only have a few, but we have a beautiful, beautiful book called Charu. Again, these are the pastimes, so many wonderful pastimes over the years, written by dear Krishna Kishore Prabhu. So please come and grab.
This is from 2017 only. This is volume 1.
So we have more coming. So pastimes of 2017. Yeah, okay. So looks like devotees already won. So yeah, please, you can grab a copy and share a little donation. And if you want, is it okay, Prabhu, to get your no. Prabhu is as it is following the footsteps of Maharaj. But once again, and also Prabhu, I was just thinking, it was so amazing. He kind of setting up the mood. Mataji sang a beautiful Narottam bhajan. Prabhu talked about Narottam Das Thakur, and we are going on a Heturi camping retreat. Wow. So for 3 days, we'll be, absorbing ourselves in the beautiful pastimes on Narottam Das Thakur and his bhajan. So thank you for setting up that mood. And also, just one last thing, when Prabhu mentioned about bringing all of us together, actually, we have a very practical example. We've been together for many, many years, but when Srila Guru Maharaj was in D-Land Hospital, at that time, because everyone loves Maharaj so much, we decided, let's put Zoom call together, and Zoom was new thing. Let's put Zoom call together, and we start chanting for Maharaj every day, together, intensely. And at that time, we initiated this Zoom Japa call. And till today, many of us comes on Zoom and chant together every morning for a couple of hours. And this is how Maharaj, kind of binds us here in Richmond. So all these pastimes now making so much beautiful sense. So thank you so very much. परम पुण्य पाठ श्री भक्ति चरण स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। If you would like to, you can grab your copy and okay, it's like yeah. Please don't jump.